Alright, welcome back to our channel, my trader friends. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are across the globe right now. So for this video, we will be having our discussion regarding the usage of the if-else statement in Python programming. Of course, this is in preparation for our venture in the algorithmic trading. Okay, so without further ado, let's start our if-else statement tutorial. Okay, so basically, when we say if-else statement, this is actually used in checking a single condition only, not two or more condition. Don't forget this. Again, only used for single condition. That's why it is called if-else. If this is what happens, then else show this, something like that. So that's the meaning of the if-else statement. So for the if-else statement syntax, this is how it goes. If, then your comparison, so meaning there will be some comparison operator inside the if, and of course the double dot here after the if, then the do something. Okay, so if comparison, do something, else do something. Okay, so if else statement, for you to be able to grasp the idea of having the if else statement more, we have here the task. So for our task, we should make a code that decides whether to withdraw or not, withdraw money or not. So based on the user input, of course, the withdraw if the equity value is 1,000 US dollars or more, and do nothing if it's below 1,000 US dollar. Okay, so more likely if our equity is $1,001, that will be the starting point to withdraw. So how much to withdraw? It is not written on our task. What we will just do is to input or to print a string withdraw. So you should withdraw now, something like that. Okay, so let's go to our Jupyter notebook and start coding. We are now here on our Jupyter notebook, and the title is if-else statement. So again, for our task, we should withdraw if our equity is currently 1,000 US dollars or more, and the input is of course coming from our user. Okay, so let's have here the equity equals and input, and let's write here how much is the current equity, and of course the user will have its input. And since we are using an input function here, again it is considered as a string data type by the Python programming. So for some of you that is watching this video who is actually not yet familiar with different data types, it is better to watch our video first regarding the different data types. So the string, the float, the boolean, etc. Okay, so meaning since this is considered as a string, we should convert this first into a float. So let's have float, not just an integer, because there is a chance that our user will input a decimal point. Okay, so let's convert this into a float. Then our closing parenthesis here. Okay, now here we will now start our if-else statement, because we are now just having our input from the user. So if statement, if, let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. It says here that if, then comparison. So let's have the comparison operator. I hope you don't forget our comparison operator. We already have our discussion regarding that. So just browse our Python playlist, Python tutorial playlist on our channel regarding comparison operators. Anyway, let's go back to our Jupyter Notebook. Our comparison here will be if equity is greater than or equals. So greater than or equals, let's check our task. What is the task saying? Whether to withdraw or not. Withdraw if the equity value is equals to or is $1,000 or more. So meaning if our current equity is exactly 1,000, we can now start withdrawing. So greater than or equals to is enough. Okay, or more because of the term or more. Okay, so greater than or equals 1,000. How much is the current equity? Let's input here the currency, by the way, USD. So how much is the current equity in US dollar? And for example, our user will input 1,000. So if equity is greater than equals to 1,000, do something. Our syntax here is saying to do something. So what we will do if 1,000, we can now actually write, so print, you can now withdraw, something like that. Okay, so you can now withdraw. If this is not met by our user input, we can now have our else. Else, we can now print here your current equity value is less than $1,000. Not yet allowed. Oops. Let's just use here. So I hope you're familiar with this one. Not yet allowed to make some withdrawals. Okay, so let's try to run this. Let's run our code. For example, we will be having our 1,500 input. So 1,500, yes, we can now withdraw. You can now withdraw because our current equity value is 1,500. So let's try, for example, exactly 1,000. So the answer here must be you can now withdraw also, since our code here says that greater than or equals 1,000, we should print you can now withdraw. Okay, so let's enter. Yes, so we are correct. How about if our value, our equity value input is 999.95? So something like that, 999.95. So since 999.95 is less than 1,000, the output now should be the print under the else statement. Okay, so let's enter. Yes, that's it. It says now that your current equity value is less than $1,000, not yet allowed to make some withdrawals. Okay, so basically that's how our if-else statement is working. And I hope you learned something from this video, my trader friends. And for not traders here, still I hope you learned something from this video tutorial. Anyway, this playlist is for traders and for not even traders. I made this playlist for all of you who wanted to learn about Python programming, especially for those persons who are this Python programming is their first programming language to learn. Okay, so if you learn from this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more related contents. Again, this is the Engineer Trader, your partner from learning to earning. And as always, keep safe and may your trades be great. Bye-bye.